This is Belizean Legends, and I'm Bilal Morris. Today we will be speaking with the legendary footballer, goalkeeper of the 1970s golden age of Belizean football, Rupert Anderson. We want to deal with the legend himself here on a one-on-one and getting Everett Coburn, better known as Koby, who was a junior, a sort of a protege goalkeeper under Rupert. We'll be getting some inputs from him in terms of this great footballer in Belize. We here at Belizean Legends, we honor our great athletes of the past. We honor them because we want the present generation that is here, that those yet unborn, to learn from them. Rupert Anderson is one of those people who, in this documentary, students of Belizean history, of sports, will be able to see the greatness and hear from the legend himself in terms of that great period of football that is not there again today. That is not there again today. Rupert, man, we want to welcome you to Belizean Legends, my brother. And let's talk about that first team that you played on, the Hattieville Jets. Did you guys win any competition during that time?
No win, no game.
We don't get bomb out.
We used to get like 16.
16 men?
Yeah. What was the experience?
I didn't give up.
Good start.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to a lot of people. I'm going to be the best at Belize.
This is Belizean Legends. I am Bilal Morris, and today we are in Florida talking with the legendary Belizean footballer and goalkeeper of the 1970s, Rupert Anderson and friends. And you just want to, gentlemen, get a nice little discussion in terms of picking up, and as we asked Rupert how his career started, we also want you guys to come in and to step in and to share your experience with working with the brother, you know. And we're going to just start out with Rupert and just get Rupert. Rupert, I want to introduce you to, welcome you to Belizean Legends, brother. Give us a little brief history of how your career started in football. First team you played with and so on.
My first team, Jets.
And what was the experience like with that team? How did you get started? How old were you and everything?
Some old guys like Top Attack. Constant time of stuff.
When we meet up together, we all start to hang out at Harlem Square in Belize, and we started playing for Shell team, and thank you. Yeah, opponent Shell, you know, and actually we was getting it too, right? You was yeah, but actually we had a good time, you know, and like I had leave Belize. My brother, he continued playing ball, and I heard he was still a good goalkeeper, a great goalkeeper in Belize, one of Belize's best, you know. But it's like, you know, today he's a good man, did great things, positive things, you know, and he's well loved by his friend, like me and Knox, the brother right there, you know. Knowing him, he have a beautiful personality, you know, and I wish him the best. As a friend, and like I say, he's a good brother, a good friend that I could say personally. He has his ups and downs, but that's what life is all about. And the things that he's been through in life make him a better man. You know. And like I said, like me, he and Knox, we don't usually be together. But today is a beautiful day. Even the day, sun shining, very lovely, you know what I mean? And what did I say? Why not how they so hard? You gotta make a whole lot of noise, you know what I mean? But one love, my brother, always.
I remember it's like way back as far as you can put it. And we grew up as friends and we stayed together. We never leave each other mind. Even though we're far apart sometimes, went to Mississippi, we stayed to our. We never loved never break. We all brothers. It's not gonna, like, nobody can come in between us. Really, we put it like that. We hang out, we party, we ball, everything we do like brother and sister.
A whole bunch of mischief.
A bunch of bad stuff we do too. But actually we are brothers that we're never gonna break. I love this guy, he's like my brother, we're not brother, we're blood, but in God's way we are brothers. Nobody will come between us. And I will do this for him as much as I could. He will do the same for me. We grow up together, one. And it's going to be to the end, no matter what it takes. Because he's one of the best goalkeepers in life. And I know, I played with him so many games, and I could tell you, to me, he's the best.
Keep going on.
Like the brother right here, we are from the same camp.
Yeah.
We are from the same camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Avery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing between me and him, we don't hang out together, but this is my own guy. And like I said, we do bad things and we do good things, but we love. We love by people, and we love people. We are loved person. You know, mind, our hearts, we give, and we appreciate.
The beautiful thing about it is that we always have respect for each other. And that's what causes the friendship to be what it is.
Respect.
You know, we always have that for each other. We might not see each other every day, but no love lasts, you know. And when we see each other, it's like joy, you know. Because, you know, every day is a precious day.
How many years you all know each other now when you look at it? Like what?
Man, over
30, 40 some years?
Over 40 years.
Wow.
Maybe 50 years.
What of that? I know him like
6 days, Rupert?
That's gotta be.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But you know that we could sit down here. We was there in our teens, now we still in our teens.
Yeah, we always teens a little bit. Yeah. Now we're on the hill going down, and we're going down together. Thank God for.
Yeah, I knew Rupert since from primary school. Yeah, that's how far I knew Rupert. And then afterwards, when Hurricane happened, we started hanging out at Prison Creek. That's when you get to know Fudge. Yeah, and right then, that's how much Rupert. Yes. So we went back from before 61, from the 50s. That's how far I know Rupert. And then in 61 we moved. We started hanging out with Prisoner Creek. And afterwards, when we first started playing ball, I got interested in it because Ramos used to play ball with Rupert.
No, Ramos, right?
I see where I'm coming from.
Oscar Ramos.
Oscar, Ginger, Ramos, and Rupert at 5. They play ball together. Then Oscar started referee. So I missed Rupert for quite some while. And I came to America, that's why I hadn't seen Rupert for some while. But yes, at Harlem I also met Rupert afterwards, and then Rupert at Harlem. That's why I knew Rupert that way. Most of my life. I've always been friendly. Always been friendly. We might not catch up for quite some while, but when we see one another, we just sit down and talk. That's why I came looking for him. As soon as I know that he's here, his family for a long while. Anderson, my aunt is Anderson. So we family somewhere along the line. So I know that for a fact. Yeah. Police Anderson. His sister.
Oh, so the policeman Anderson?
Anderson, I used to play socks in the police.
Related to your birth? Your cousin are you there?
Yes, that's my cousin too, my first cousin. That's why I tell you we were related somewhere on the line.
Linked up.
Yeah. I was asking that, the Anderson family in Belize and where he came from, but then the policeman.
Right.
Oh, okay.
He also, remember your friend that when we came for Pop's birthday, you were surprised that he was your first cousin. I live in Belize now. He came, he was 90 years old. They were supposed to, he's Anderson too. There's Doug. Douglas. So that's how far we are. Very, very close.
Wide capacity.
Yeah. So while we might not hang a lot, when we meet each other, we hang. We rarely do hang out whenever.
Gentlemen, let's talk about the times when we were to play ball and how close the families were. It looked like Belize never have much dysfunctional family, proper family, like when they're children and they had to, Belize there. Like when we just talk about it, that the families were so close together, they were so related. And there was this camaraderie, as Pilgrim was talking about, this love growing up as Lee boy, but never had no much of a problem. And today when kids want to go shoot one, and
you see, actually,
you
know what time coming up, your parents has always teach you respect. Respect your elders, respect one another. A different time than where we was living in, But, Belize, what time, it was like, we didn't have TV and all that, so it was more family day, togetherness, you know what I mean? And we knocked on Rupert and Harlem, so that we, the 2, 3, 4 in the morning, go to happy hour, get our list something,
But that's when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Think about when you were a young kid now, playing ball barefoot, and actually looking for a ball to play.
We're playing tennis ball,
right?
Make your ball.
If you think about it, we didn't have a lot of stuff to do, so guess what? We learned to play with one another. We play football.
Your father,
play everything that you would think about. Think about it. You remember the first day he started playing ball from at the Grand Prix. Now he started playing ball for he was a little boy. Kicking ball barefoot. You kick ball barefoot.
Right, that's in school.
Exactly. And as soon as you come out of school, you go right before, in front of Pilgrim there. They used to kick ball right there in that little green.
They have to think like a team,
Oh.
The first team that come out.
Well, like I think what Savory says that the ball playing, though you started there and your first team play, ball start to play from when we were in a private school to kick ball around.
Private school team.
There you go. You were playing on that private school team, Rupert?
Yeah,
you played
St. John's. He played for St. John's, man. I remember he played for St. John's. That's why I keep telling him, the boy Humes used to.
Yeah, I left St. John's, they're gonna Grace Chapel.
Yeah, Grace Chapel after. But he was playing ball.
Always playing ball.
Yeah, he was playing ball.
Where the talent start. That's where the action
That's where his talent started.
Yeah, but then they ice.
Ice.
But as far as junior high, junior football, is when we start, like Cristobal and Canatu and Terence Lord and Alden Fudge. Then we really start
from high school.
That's our high school.
Yeah,
so we start getting to junior, when we play junior, we play junior before senior, right? That's when we start our first team, and then that's when we start really elevate from one to the next, from one team to the next. Like Global probably the first one. Global to
no, but before Global, We had Vapona Shell.
Opponent shell.
Opponent
where
shell.
we used to play
Undefeated.
band.
You just draw one game.
And then after that, they come to the States. But
Yeah.
he come to the States. And then I decided I go to ask for manage, for manage that team. I went to Belize.
Yeah.
But Belize said they can't give me all the material.
Right.
So I said, well, I got to Global after that. And I asked Global, and Global said, I can't give you all the material. And I said, well, I went back to Belize, and they said, well, give me what you could give me. And then when you don't give me, I went back to Global. Then when I went to the team, though, I said, well, if we win the trophy, I said, well, we don't win this trophy, who will I give the trophy to? They carried that to the sponsors.
That was funny, man. But yeah, that season was, I think we draw one game when all the players undefeated. That's one of the first undefeated junior team in the league, I guess. We was undefeated. We have a little Archie Mackenzie.
But when you sometimes you talk, you're talking about, you talk about Vapona Shell. You're talking about Belize Global. We're telling the first tomorrow Belize Global.
Oh yeah, Vapona was first.
Yeah, I'm at the place to Shell.
Yeah.
I was the captain, and you were the vice captain.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But you know, like Michael said, those wonderful days when we just play the ball. I mean, say, once we go into the barracks, when the guys carry boots for it, they get in and all that. I mean, it's like, we had the best out jersey. In them time, we had the best boots, best jersey, you know, and we was big up.
Yeah, we had all the props.
Because we got a lot of people who would like to interview and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
we climbed a lot of them. We climbed a lot of them. From there to last one to we get to Landivar, which was like the best triple crown. First triple crown in Belize was Landivar, right, Rupert?
First triple crown.
yeah,
we
we
knock
about
out
season
a
American.
marathon. We win them all three. That was great, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I'm
Went
like,
to Eagle, we used to went to Eagle, Ghana, I played for Shell, after Shell, I've gone to, when you left Belize, Shell broke up, right?
Yeah, got me both
Yeah.
beat on the Melbourne guys. See me now.
Right, so then I found Belize Global, and that broke up afterwards.
So you found Belize Global?
Yeah. Christopher, man, used to play with. Then after that, I got to Spurs. And that's where I started being when people started to look up to me, right?
That's what they were great.
Talk about them days in Landivar though, because it looked like that was your best games you played. What your best games are at Landivar?
Every day is Spurs. It's a hurry club, it's a hurry. Have it by me over, right?
Yeah.
Then I had to Landivar. That's where we win the triple crown.
Yeah.
And that's what they played too, right? At that time, anywhere I go play, I make sure he plays it. And then I left again. I left Landivar. And then I got to one of my uncle team when they see it. What's the name of that team? See it?
I left his hand.
When you were playing a couple games away before I left. You know, a black uniform, black and white uniform. Yeah, he played a couple games with CA. And then after that, I got in Guatemala. I represent Belize.
National team?
National team.
No, that was Spurs.
Spurs. Spurs.
Then after that, I got in Cayman. And represent the national team. Then I went to Mexico.
Same thing. Again.
He's a lot of traveling. I didn't
What was
know
the
about
performance of Guatemala also by Spurs and the win?
Well, we tried the one in Guatemala. Because like when the guys, it was like 5 or 10 minutes left to play. And she's the host for the deal.
She's it. What's the house?
You know? And everything. They look up and they say, well, man, we look at you lose. And I got up there. Shoot the ball.
Over the goal. That's a save, big saver.
Hey, you saved Belize.
And I listen, I get a little thing over my head like I get shut up.
They get reacting after that.
Yes, sir.
When I went to Guatemala, when I went to Mexico, I played against my cousin. Because I got some set of people.
I live out in the Mexico side.
Yeah.
And my uncle tell me, he said, I got him, that's all right. My uncle said, he said, I better not score for him. And said, don't, no, I never score. And then after that one, you already called him. What they call it Teddy, he called, he hung up. And he said, he never believed.
That's stuff. Get through.
Never believed. In my cousin name, like Chico, you know, they never believe that I come to be the best of me.
Climb a steep ladder.
That was the highlight though when you saved that goal against in Guatemala, no?
Yeah.
And you saved Belize from a defeat because that went down big.
The time I tell you Gonzalez who won the team. When my cousin they get the newspaper in Chicago, they call me, they say, man, you've been a long way.
Yeah, good thing with words.
You take 16 or 17 goals. And you tell me that you are going to be the best at the league.
Put it down.
And I prove it.
Put it down.
I get down New York, I play with Bills. I got LA. I beat up LA. That's where I get my first wife. So, that's where I get my first wife. Then Bills coming back, I tell Bills it to me. You go left me. I find a wife and I say I get married. And that's when this one encouraged me. Because he had the house, right? And he said, no problem, he said, for stay in me. I said, well, no problem. Then after that, me and Barbara, we get a house for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And we rent a house for Wisconsin. And so I get to stay at LA Lavigne. I don't know, I visit the first one. Because I straight at New York again, you know. 79, straight at New York. And that's where I started playing.
The Warriors then.
Yeah, no brains. Then after that, I got and I played for him. I played here with the Warriors. Wogan team. Then after that, I left Wogan team and I played Belize.
What's your team?
Yeah, I left Belize and then I got on a team with Magnum.
Yeah.
The team with Belize.
Let's talk about that first team that you played on, the Hattieville Jets. Did you guys win any competition during that time?
No win, no game.
Gonna get Bobo.
We used to get like 16.
16 men.
Yeah.
What was the experience?
I didn't give up.
Good start.
Yeah.
I mentioned it to a lot of people. I'm going to be the best at Belize. So he said so.
Yeah.
My man never wanted me to play football.
we got out there anyway. Like,
Right.
we do, you don't want to play sports, but we jump the fence, we got through the window.
Yeah.
We gotta do it thing. Yeah, we get home, we think we beaten when we get back, right?
Yeah.
You went down later on to Vipona Shell, right? I'll talk about that team. Did you win any competitions in that team at the time?
We was to be we don't competition.
Yeah.
But we get beat at the tape.
What?
Okay.
They two year tape we got smoke weed.
That's,
No, we came out undefeated.
that's not spending
Vipona Shell
pilgrim.
was-
Nobody beat us at the
Wait,
corner.
Milford beat us.
No,
Milford
we beat Milford.
That's why I get it.
We beat Milford. Not Shedwell.
Milford beat the man.
No, no.
You can stop it when you're ready, right?
No, keep it
Milford
around,
beat
man.
us.
Okay, let me
In the
finish
next
this one.
season.
Put it there.
In the next
So the
season.
next season, Milford beat you up when Archie
Well, we
shift
go
away.
on undefeated,
Archie gone
65,
and Milford
66.
then. But the first
67.
season, we win every game.
67. Milford beat us.
Alright.
Yeah. Start over again, Ray. The next season, Milford, the Archie shift from us, I went to Milford.
But
Then they
where were they?
they had Hashi and one of them.
We were draw with. When they said Robert Craig get the game over the time, I will draw the game. I will beat them.
Yeah.
No, I think we got it. Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, we did it. But then,
That was Otto Catuse and Fairview.
anyhow,
Come on, Sam.
first shell, undefeated.
Undefeated, son.
Fairview.
Shell was undefeated until
At the first shell.
65, 66.
yes. So they were like the champions. I
We
mean, the
won.
champions of
We
the
get trophy
country.
too.
Yeah.
Of the Rotterdam Stadium, we're going to get.
We get two of it. Yeah. Alright, so you remind me about that.
And
Oh,
the second year, we get beat.
I'm here
Milford
to
beat it.
remind
We
you.
just 70 long time.
Yeah.
You're going to Belize Global, Rupert. Talk about your game in Belize Global. Undefeated, or the win games.
We win, boy.
Yeah.
But the games they were want to win, we don't win because the team we want to beat.
Landivar and the team beat well.
The team we want to beat, and we can't beat them. You know who we beat? We beat Danwiga. We beat Clad or Aresi.
We beat, yeah, we
But you
beat.
know why? Because I was the captain that time. No? And I make them know we're going to run from Belize to Hallova every day.
I remember
Just
doing
to
that, Paris.
beat their 3 teams.
Let's do that.
And that's the way we beat their 3 teams.
I'm very excited.
And we come out undefeated too, Belize Global.
No, we lose everything.
We lose everything.
Only 3 games we win.
3 games and lose
So we beat
everything.
Volunteer Guard.
So when we get blown
Everybody
out
beat
of
them.
the
We beat
competition,
Volunteer Guard.
Yeah.
3 too. At that time we got half a D, Patatu, Kelvin, Knox Bennett, Arbat, Aaron Clark,
McKeezy.
McKinsey.
McKeezy, boy. Just can't forget McKeezy.
Words. Go Wendell Sasha, Tom Sasha, Pandey,
No big winners play for us.
yeah, Big Winner, we play with Shelter. Well, we continue. We continue that one day, right? Because
Yeah.
like, right,
Yeah,
go back.
Okay.
You ready?
Well, let's go up down from Land Brody's. Let's go to Brody's now. When you played with Brody's, how did the fair feel in the competitions there?
That never feel a good night. And we just play card for play safe.
Let's see, yeah. We want to talk with Everett, Coburn, Koby. Talk about the experience you had and the knowledge you remember about the game.
John.
The great Rupert Anderson as a goalkeeper. Let's talk about the Spurs. You remember those games. Let's talk about that.
All right. Before we go to the Spurs, let's go back to Belize Global.
Global. Yes, brother.
The thing that fascinated me with Belize Global was the black and green jersey.
Yeah.
That's why I love it. That's what fascinated me with them from the first go. And I was a youngster, I used to sneak under the fence at MCC ground. And Rupert right here, he had an afro then.
Yeah.
And I like how he used to grab. We used to use that term grab.
Yeah.
And one of the things I used to remember about him, and I used to watch him when they lose some painful game, he would cry. And I so I always wonder why he cried. You know. But because at the time he take the game serious. And some of the players in there boy want to smoke the weed and to see where they go back at the inertia what the party was going to be, right? And that kind of gave me one lead thing for one main goal. Now, with Spurs, I like the Spurs because in my mind, just like how you say the Dallas Cowboy was America's team. In them days, Landivar was America's team as far as Belize's team. And on Sundays, used to be 3 games used to play. First game, second game, and last game. And it was always used to make Landivar be the future game. Used to come out in the last game every Sunday. And the guys them that he played with, Rongo Glenn, Adolf Jenkins. Those are the guys that I remember. Guess. But I was a little boy in Guinness Pavilion watching these guys play, right? And was Vernon and all them guys that used to play with him, right? And then when he went to Spurs, I was against him then because of our plaza. And all of the EC players of our plaza. You had Winston Denton, Canalayte. You had Buddha. And those were the guys that I used to like watch, and we used to ride against Landivar in time because we figured Mr. Hoy used to always buy the best players. You know, but at the time, it is what it is then, you know what I mean? But he was good in his time because he used to throw the ball just like Koby kick it. To throw it from one end to the other end. And that blue uniform, it's like the Dallas Cowboys, the star on the helmet. A lot of we never liked Landivar. I was one of them, but I used to like my buddy right here because I patterned my style of playing ball from him. But, you know, Spurs was good. They were good. Because like I said, I was at Cheesy House. Cheesy House and all them boys we used to play. They had Kislin. You know, also, they had some good players.
9.
They had 9, but the only thing about it, as far as I can remember, they couldn't get over the hump for beat Landivar. I don't know why. They couldn't get over the hump.
You might have joked with that kid's name.
We don't get to that part of the cheers 9 Morris.
Talk about it though, Koby, because you share it with me, right? Talk about it, that moment.
I remember I migrated to the United States in '73, and I went back to Belize in '79 with my parents to bring my other brothers back. And the legendary Lord Ray-Ban came to my mom where he was staying on Grand Street. And me, Lord Ray-Ban, and the men that raised my mother, Walter Christian Sr., we all went to MCC Ground. And at the time, when anybody come and go up to Guinness Pavilion, you have to know who you know. It's a Bertie Ellis and certain guys didn't go up to Guinness Pavilion, but somehow I wind up in Pavilion. Game playing good and everything going good. 0-0. Coming down, maybe go 5 minutes or so left in the game. The ball come down, and Rupert Anderson, 9 out then McDonald. I got it. But then you want to get fancy. And you put one size, some we call it size, some we call it chop. Juice. And the ball gone in. Okay, they put the ball back to center court and the game they play. And when the last whistle gone, tweet. I don't say Rupert, the kind of time we call it Canalayte. The man take off his boots. and chase 9 out of MCC ground all the way down barracks. I don't know what happened after that, if he catch up with Alden or why not, but he chased the man all the way down barracks.
I never catch rabbit there too. Can you tell me that?
That's one of my fun memory as a young St. Belize that I remember him playing ball.
You migrate now, you will come to the States and you start to play with the Belizean football teams. They've out teams like Bellway in New York. So like the first one you played with when you came, that was not fit. Your first team was what?
I for Braves.
It was Braves, right? Before Bellway was Braves. Talk about your time with Braves in New York.
Well, I reached 79 and 80 Braves was going to play to California. And then they said they look for a goalkeeper. But before I get there, Braves don't got me signed on to go to LA. So one day they invited me to a meeting before we left. And I got a nice meeting. They said, well, we bring one goalkeeper here, we care. At the time, George, you guys used to mind goal too. He said, we care, we go to win. And nobody ever get back. So we got to California. The first game we played against,
That's Steve.
What happened?
the more score and goal for me.
Steve, yes.
And beat us 1-0. But after that, they had no choice. They had our next team started Atlas. Yeah, but after that, we don't want to joke with the rest of them. Right? No, we decided we will not more. But at this time, we only carried 12 men. So a big talk said that he was one of the defense. And the man was in the air. I said, Big Talks left the ball. And he never left the ball. And he didn't knock out. He couldn't come back in the game again. So we end up to play with 10, we end up to play 11 minutes. And we got 3 more games left to play. And I could tell you, man, I make them know when I try the game, I lose it. And we did. So when time we come back now, they say one thing, ticket missing. And then 5 minutes, I say, well, ball, I don't go back now. So I'm going to find a wife shot. I'm going to forget my car, this is where I come and see it shot. We're going to have green card. Yeah. Anyway, I stay there, end up playing with him. See how Warren's team, and he come and pick me up every morning, every Sunday morning. And when they come on Sunday morning, around 7, 8 in the morning, you just go to bed.
We're getting up 5. We're getting up 5 o'clock.
Then after that, I go away home. And then my good friend here, I get hurt. And I said, so you could go in and go, man, I thought so you could mind goal. So you mind goal. I think we draw or win that game. Something like that. And then after that, I left the goal. That I could do better again, you know?
Yeah. I want to go back to white label though, because after Spurs and then Landivar, right? I want to talk about your years with the mighty white label with Maurice Jones as striker. Talk about that team and undefeated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
That was the best time I saw you in action.
Yeah, that was undefeated.
Yes.
That's Maurice Jones. We had the same guy 9 when he's talking about.
Right.
We had Madingo Barnett. We had Wilmer Steele. We had Gas McField. We had Eugene Cherrington. We had Peru, Oliveira, Wayne Oliveira. I can't remember his own.
Maurice Jones, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Pedro Alvarez.
Yeah.
They hit by the road and kill him.
Oh, good. I gotta
Show
go.
you that picture today with white label. That was the original white label team, right? The original white label team. From all they 3 right there. Landivar, Spurs, Landivar,
Yeah.
White Label. Who would you say, you had championships with all three of them teams, right? The championship with Spurs, championship with Landivar, championship with White Label. But out of the three, who would you say was the best out of the three teams that you ever played with?
I would say Landivar because Landivar was the team that, you know, for the speed of the madness, you know, the higher and things, you know. Landivar was a team like, if you know how good you go,
Darren.
You have to have class.
you go out there and Mr. Hoyer, you bleach, you can't play.
Yeah, that's the man.
No, in White Label was a different team. Me myself was bleaching I play White Label. And because I had to. I used to work at Continental. So I had to work and then
I want to go back to the LA team then. I mean, New York, you played with Bellway.
yes,
New York. We talk about your experience with Bellway. Who put that team together?
was fair.
Good fair with it. Yeah. And what was the competition like? You know, had defeated and win a lot of games, or
We win a lot of games, right?
Koby, talk about what you remember about the Bellway team.
Well, Bellway team, I might say, it was a legendary senior citizen veteran team. Because you had Mugga.
The Mugga was in that team.
Mugga was a player coach.
Yeah.
You had Brannan. You got Mandingo there. You had Big Tucks. You had Wayne Miller. You had Basquela. Was he part of a as a backup?
He was a goalkeeper, but he never.
But Basquela was a but like I said, we had Jones. Jonesy. What's that? Kenrick Jones?
Okay,
You had Kenrick Jones. And you had my big mouth Uncle me Tower.
You had Estelle, the guy. We have the
Mike
guy.
Tower.
We have the guy Estelle killing himself.
Yeah, still was on that team.
But like I said, I happened to be on that team for partial of one season because then I left and I went to Chicago.
I went to Watson.
And like I said, the boy that Brooklyn, the rest was history because then time in Pennsylvania and Linden. That's where everybody used to be on Sunday at Pennsylvania and Linden in Brooklyn.
After Bellway,
then
days I went and played for a guy near Reggie Jacks. Reggie Jacks, yeah. And the first year I played there, when I season we went to a quick.
Same New York.
Yeah,
Same in New York.
Then I went to a team and tried with Buffalo. Riga. And I went to Luigi and Gil, Malingo, Barnett, Valentin Ramos. Next guy I called Bembe. Yes, Bembe. You go from King, Chena. And the guy there, right?
Yeah.
After that, After I went to Chicago.
Then you went to Chicago, Evanston Bullets.
That's the
Talk
team
about that team.
The best team I see I ever played for. The Evanston Bullets. Because they had most of my players who I used to play with.
To play with you, find a couple during them.
Jack Bogman, Adolfo, Jenkins.
Jenkins Adolfo,
Yeah,
Cooper.
yeah, Cooper.
Terrence was with that team, innit?
Terrence Lodge, yeah.
Lodge.
Then I had lead Alison Jenkins, where I had to run around the field too. As usual. Yeah, so that was a good team.
Yeah, I do.
And like I do it the way I see it, right? Because the LA are catching and fighting people.
Yeah. Everywhere.
New York are catching and fighting. The only place that are catching and fight is Chicago. Because at the time when with Belway, I had to fight for Dingo. When we got up Linden Park, I would fight for Big Top. So that's a scheme where I say the best team I ever played for, because we know every fighter.
Yeah.
I learned to fight them. So that's it right there.
And I guess you'll find the players that we used to play with, you know, and Diva, so that Chicago they were there, so it was more easier to get along with them. Yeah, feel more comfortable. Yeah, yeah. And then after the Evanston Bullets, you went to LA?
I went back to New York.
Went back to New York again. Yeah. And who you played with at the same time?
New York, I rest.
And you took a break. Yeah. Where did the Warriors come in now? Charles Hogan's Mighty Warriors.
Oh, they have it before. Well, you know how you set up.
Yeah, we have it there, but still talk about it, Rupert. You don't really need to talk about the Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors?
Yeah.
When I first get to California, I stayed by Knox house. And Knox stayed there, I there in California. So Hogan said, what? He said, bring the man. Bring the man. So,
I'm not home in
coach. One thing, Hogan is a nice man, you know. But Hogan...
Shout out to Charles Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan is a nice man.
Yeah.
But sometimes miserable.
You have to do it right, Charles.
And if he look like he's stammering, so they can't trust I kind of know when I do anything.
You want to do it right, Charles? Live camera on it for you.
So that's the problem with him. But anyway, we not chill with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
That's Bennett. Yeah. Why they used to call Landivar a Belizean American team?
Because most of the guys they come from assist, jump and play for Landivar.
Okay.
Could never look for independence.
Belizean players they migrate out of Belize and Ghana and they come back home and then play Landivar. Oh, yeah. So that's why they call it that. Yeah. And then
you got my friend right there. We not back home, I come back.
And then Max Bennett went back.
I had to join them, I couldn't beat them, so I had to join them. I had to beat them, so I couldn't beat them.
He said if you can't beat them, you join them first.
And enjoy the winning after that.
Talk about your competition there that you meet, BC, LaRouche and Big Bull and Limo. Talk about the people out there.
Then that's a rough game because they get there, what they do, come and declare a foot.
Yeah. This thing.
But you're the keeper. You're still the color look to carry a foot. Like Moga. Right? Mr. Moga got your foot like that.
Next guy here, Denny.
Yeah.
Big Denny.
What do they call Friday?
Yeah. Coming up there, the Rupert. Yeah.
You cut to him behind.
Yes. People would think that you're rough for a keeper, you know, like you save the back there. But when you deal around strikers like Moga and Big Bull and them man, they come, like you say, ain't going with your foot.
I see that game I play against, I play against I tell Cooper. Cooper with the wall, no, Big Tops with the wall, Cooper, I tell Cooper, I say, Cooper, you got a whole big more, you know? I said, make I tell you. I said, I'll put Big Tux there. Because Big Tux know for player. So when I put Big Tux there, Big Tux, they do the same thing they do, right? But when Cooper gone over there, Cooper was too soft, and they scored a goal. Well, after that, I couldn't handle it.
Come no fence there. Yeah, we did talk about that time when the Warriors, Lenny, scored a goal for you. We want to talk about it again because it's a memorable time, right? It's a memorable time. No, you feel that hard, right?
Up to now.
Up to now.
Let us score for you. Let us score for you.
See, let us score for me. I think I want to corner. New York.
I score for you too.
No, but for that move right there, it's the same thing like what he said when they went with Braves, when they went to LA and they only had 12 men. And when Big Tucks get knocked out, they dump 11 players. And that move when the team went to New York, a lot of them boys said they're going in. You know you have to put up your money for flying, but then Lenny wasn't the best of players, but he was always there. He always dressed nice for him, boots shine and everything, but Lenny had pretty white. But Lenny was the first one to put up his money for going on that trip. And when time for everybody to put up their money, he may have had 11 players, so Lenny House would be on 11. And the same thing again, like the 9th game going down the middle, almost before the game done, then you get a lead cheap shots. And push one goal. I don't know high-tech goal now, because you know you have, so the thing where I think Bonan the most, the kind of a lead cheap is a goal.
It was a rolling.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I smoke him too.
But if I may a high-tech goal, you know, may I take it that hard, but our lead softly rollings, right? And you know, when the boy come back to the lead or get a Jack's yard, boy, look, you couldn't take Lennington. Up to this day, like you say, up to now, Lenny still talk about that goal.
I want to talk about the role Mr. High play in terms of your whole career as a football player. Mr. High and how he was able to get you to go and play with Landivar and so on. Talk about it. Yeah.
Mr. High come one day and tell me, say, good, you're a good goalkeeper. He said, I need a good goalkeeper. I tell him, Mr. High, are you ready? So then the kick guy and then used to practice weightlifting and replacing. And then at the time I knew I used to go up on the outside. So I decided, right, I said, so I joined up. I joined up with Mr. Hoy. Mr. Hoy invited me to meet with the team. He tell me so good. He said, I know you're good. I said, what are you doing? One thing I want to do is I want to go up on the team. No worry if we lose. So no worry if we lose. So one day we have beat somebody. And so I get a give up. And so I get a job at Continental.
The talk was the most influential promoter and sponsor was Stefan. Yeah? You were between Hoy and Stefan. I mean, there was two good people to her. Yeah, talk with Stefan, man.
To me, Stefan was the better sponsor. When I get this cut over my head, they pay me to the Gonzalez. And I have a name Martinez fan, I will kick me over my head, yeah. I get 10 stitches.
Yeah, just stitch up.
It's the role the goalkeeper play in our game. It's not always the man them on the field, but the goalkeeper is on a lot of fire. The legend himself right here, this is Belizean Legends, and we're speaking with the legendary footballer, the best goalkeeper of all time that Belize have ever seen, Rupert Anderson. And we are talking with him and friends. We are now sitting with Everett, Coburn, Koby, and just reflecting on those moments and highlights in that golden age of Belizean football in the 1970s, when this giant here reigned the goal. You know, nothing could pass him that easily, and as we have seen, how much he has sacrificed his own eyes and limbs to defend the goal and to bring Belize to the championships that he came into teams that he played with, Spurs, Landivar, White Label, and all of them that he won championships. And even the national teams in Belize, when Spurs went to Guatemala, Rupert Anderson defended the Belizean goal, Mexico, and so on. Is there anybody else you would like to add to your whole group of players, footballers that you?
I came to say something.
What's the
Light floater.
light floater? And one of the ballers that you would
Well,
want
that's why that guy used to go
remember.
watch me. I never used to like me.
My finest memory of him is he used to always lay out, going for that ball. Landivar. Rupert was one of the best in Belize. But right now, we all have to pray for him, keep us in his heart. Keep him in our heart right now, because we all need that. God gives him strength to continue the life that he deserves to continue. One of the best in Belize, Rupert Anderson. My brother, God willing, I hope we could see another 10 or 20 more years in Belize. Alright?
Clota, give us your experience playing with the man. Give me some of the.
Well, I never played.
You never did play
now,
now, but from
play with him.
yeah, but watching in though as a baller, watching in. Talk about the moments.
He was a very good goalkeeper, very good, as well as I would say he was a leader.
Yeah.
He was a good leader on the field. My team used to be Berger 404.
I never used to like me.
And then you never used to, when time you used to play us, I couldn't take it, so, but he was always a friend of mine. Your father and my father was very, very, very good
That's true,
friends.
that's true, that's true.
We grew up knowing each other in Belize because of our parents.
That's true.
So,
See, when I was beat Roger,
Yeah.
his mother used to vex me, right? So that's job I go to every day.
Yeah. Yes.
If I remember a guy named Nada State right now, if you know a guy named Nada State, if you go over to interview him right now, you can tell him, man, that John Van later every team he played for, he beat me. Beat Berger. Berger never beat me. With one team. With one team. Because they beat me this team this year.
Yeah.
They don't catch me there again.
Yes. So none of the teams no year had beat, no Berger team ever beat you.
you sure of that?
No 2 times.
No. We beat you already.
Yes, yeah, I left. Then I left. I left.
Oh, not with you on the team. Not with
Come
you on
here,
the team.
team me left.
What's your liars for that?
Me left.
So when you try to demand to tell her to say that I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't go back in the archives,
Next.
man.
Sit down.
Come on, I will
I'm
left.
sorry I can't go in the archives.
I will left.
Give me a replay.
Why Nax, where your position on that? What I just say.
Well, according to Rupert, he said his team get beat, but not with him on the squad at that time. So he moved, and then
The team got beat. That's what he's saying. But I think I remember when he get that 1-0 from Berger.
No.
You sure?
We get never go 1 minute, but you know, they usually go 2-1 like 3.
So but you just say for you think you never used to play on the team, so how you know that now?
I said, listen to what I'm saying.
Say the right thing, not tell lie.
why
I never play for Berger, right? Berger wanted me to play. I was the first goalkeeper Berger wanted to do to my cousin Everett.
Yeah, God bless you there.
Sorry, thank you.
I tell her to play for them. I tell her I want to beat them. So I go with different teams. That's when I go with Spurs. And I play with Spurs and I beat them. Another year after, I go with JIE, which is my uncle team. And me and Peru are Hagman. Remember? I will beat them. After that, I come with Landivar.
Berger beat Landivar Waya with you in the goal.
Oh,
I
man,
remember
no,
that. I remember that. I remember that.
Why you want to bring argument here?
No, I don't bring argument. I just want
good.
the facts. It's the
That's
facts.
what
It's
we
the
like.
facts. It's the
No,
facts.
we
Sometimes
beat
bring the
Because what
facts
it's
out.
supposed to be.
With Petio.
Yes.
With Petio.
My brother said leave the team, you never get
He
beat.
beat her with Petio.
He leave the team after he get beat. because he never liked Berger Beater. That's why he leave the team.
What year was this?
Why that would have it's very hard for
You
me
remember
to
the
come up
people,
with
you
that.
remember the year.
Well, it's easy to remember. Easy to remember somebody get beat. We're talking about right now. We're talking about
I don't know who
we're
beat
talking
you.
about 40 years ago.
Longer than that.
Over 40 years we're talking about.
But you know, 40 years you get beat.
He get beat. I know
You don't
that.
know where you-
I don't remember that way, yeah, but I know he get beat.
Hey, I sorry they threw all the trophy. Because this trophy will line up right up there.
You don't want to sign off and say,
Because my mother had trophy. My grandmother had trophy. My kids they had trophy.
Ruby.
Right now, one of my
Ruby.
kids have a trophy right here.
Nevido.
I said, a man can show me before you leave.
Nevido, I want your
You
question.
can show that thing before you leave?
Yeah, man.
Nevido, I
You
want
know
your
which one it is?
The picture of the Holy Trophy that New York. Yes, man. I'm going to show them by.
Nevido. I want 40 years you remember something. Did you ever get any trophy?
Yes, yes I did. Yes I did.
Construction.
Because you are you play Berger.
No, I used to play for the first bell print. The first bell print that came out.
Bell print.
Bell print where Surrounding
team.
bring out.
Yeah, Surrounding
that,
home, Bilal.
Oh,
you play for that team?
I played that.
That
With Huey.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys was on that team that I can't remember them now because it's like that.
I know I get trophy.
Years, man. That
I got trophy.
Many.
Yeah.
Who make you get to?
Who make you a trophy?
Yeah, you are not.
Nahi.
Get trophy.
That's right.
I'm making a trophy, yes.
We become undefeated.
What?
Undefeated, nothing beat we.
You sure you know how to spell that?
Backwards though.
You know how you make I get to a bit? The guy is, whenever you go, he could look at his stuff and watch me. He put me in trouble now.
But
This man used to
Archibald
watch me.
Mackenzie, bad. Big Vino, bad. Zoo, bad. Faber, bad.
But I say, if I don't go out to join a team, I never get no trophy.
That's why we want you to get a trophy. That's why you got to get it.
I have to get what? Too much.
I want to tap off and say,
You know what's trophy that get?
Knocks.
That's game more you then.
I get one night undefeated. I didn't
But
forget.
why you to get in on this thing and you the way over there? If you want to get in this conversation, come over on this side. We don't want to see you.
No, my vice committee understands.
We'll pick up, man.
I want to tap off and say,
You're saying, Nax.
Alright, you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm a life playing football. The safest I was playing with, the safest I was playing with two teams with Rupert Anderson, the Warriors and Landivar. All the other team, we lost and we played, maybe we might win. But whenever we step on that field, some people don't understand, whenever you step on the field with Landivar, you know you're going to win. Even if you don't win, you know you're going to win. And this is a good thing to in your mind. You just feel like we're just going to play.
What's up?
Landivar was always one of the best
What my boy said, he beat Landivar and we say, I win.
Warriors again, we had a time we were there with choosing all of us. Whenever we step on the field, like 5, 2, 3, 4 minutes, we score and we know this game is finished. And Rupert was like so good. He was like a defense backup, everything. We used to play together so much, so long, that I know exactly what he wants, and you know exactly where I'm at, where I want. When they ball, I say, oh, I got it, I know exactly what to do. Kick-off play, when we kick it out, we was so many tricks. I roll like I'm going out, and you just kick back to me and back. You hold the ball and throw it. He was so defensive, so good. I was safe on the field. All the goalies I played with, he was the best.
But yeah, what I would say, when he was playing, we all look at each other.
That's the way you do when you
When we go play, forget the rest of the 11 man on the team. We when we finish, we go, we have fun out the bird dog.
stay.
We go and have a beautiful time, man. And then we don't beat the team, is a big splashdown.
Yeah, servant.
You know? We're gonna serve. And we get a little money on the side.
Man, who does get paid?
Huh?
Who does get paid?
All the way, we had problem.
Me and you.
Can we had problem?
I don't get no money over that.
You have no right to get paid?
Look here.
You just get paid.
That's not tell you.
So that means like if they come up with something now, who would be the kind of people who would just take and leave the little small man.
I get paid no share.
I get no
They get paid but they no share.
Look here, every time we go play, we make sure we arrange in Gala area. Not everybody just get arranged, just half arrange. We play hard, 90 minutes on the field, half time.
half orange.
Next team ain't got no arrange, we have a shape we have for the next team.
Football gone all the way down, you see that went down.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
Since we left here.
Let me continue, guys.
Football
Yeah.
is
Like
not the
man
same.
will go down and try telling the truth, they don't want to listen.
That's the problem.
The little boy there like, the little boy there were like 14, 15, you can't coach him again.
So the time we were playing ball, and why see the ball and playing over 40 years. The ball is playing is nothing to what we just play.
Yep, I
The
agree
boy
with
suffer.
that. I agree with.
Suffer right now.
I watched him boy play the other day, and pissed me off. Because they not got, look here, I believe Belize are more progressive
Right.
All in here, that was the biggest sport in our country.
Because
Soccer.
in those days
Football,
when Rupert,
yeah.
when Rupert and you and Knox used to play,
Yeah, it was
football was really football in Belize at that time. Now the football that I'm watching in Belize could never compare to the 70s and the 80s. Could never.
You see, guys here?
One of the things that I noticed though is back then, everybody to play for the love of the game.
Right.
You love the goddamn game. You love the
They had
sport.
some
You know,
the
the discipline,
But
the
it was
practice,
bad.
all that stuff
Sharp
was
team.
there.
Sharp team
Money
was
was
bad.
not involved, but you just play because you know it was something that we do.
The boy West, he lived at Belize. He work out with the team.
Right.
He work out with the team.
Because of bad behavior.
He play with a lot of guys who play on the team, right?
Yes.
Now, you only come in when, now, if I had a goalkeeper,
Walk out.
I done the work out with this defense here. I never get used to this defense, so you I just come and bring my money. And then like when you bring the money, no, I know you understand where I know you understand where I here move to. I don't know if I tell her move right here, move right there, you know what I mean? So that's the thing I try to explain to them to this, right? So football not going nowhere, and then the next thing again, there I heard they pick up a selection team will come and they use 11 man from Belmopan football team. Or you use 11 man from one team.
Yeah. Because that doesn't show that that's not an all-star team.
You know what I mean? I read about that, but then people.
But you see, until what I see, and what is screwed up. You see, most Belizean players they play for Belize. Other Belize, they say, oh, my boy bad. And he bad. I mean, if he gonna practice and the coach telling something, because of the coaching, he won't play. Because he ever took him as the number one man, and he bad, man. But he only bad in Belize.
Why West? You know, Belize they're gonna lose good players because like West, Ghana, Honduras, they play for Honduras.
They are already losing.
You know?
But they're not losing, you know. So whenever a national team will play, you have to go in.
Yeah, but again, like you said, they don't practice, they don't practice and all that, so you don't know
So
the
then
team.
you end up like this, so they make me again. But another goalkeeper will come up and look better, best. Better West.
Still where
And then you have to use that goalkeeper.
No, but that.
You see that bringing West every time.
Plus, this is
You have to use the goalkeeper when you work out with down here.
this is
And then you start to see the difference. If you come every time you come, And you bring West no work out with that team that Belize.
Right.
West work out with Honduras team. Yeah?
Right? Yeah, alright.
Oh, you got it? Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
I got it.
Let him keep talking just like that.
Honduras team. So when he come out, he try Honduras style to play.
Exactly. You know the play Belize style.
No, he play Belize style.
The team they not gel. Yeah, the team not gel. The defense and the goalkeeper they not gel. Yeah, exactly.
I believe Belize have good football players, but they don't try to have discipline.
And I feel like the problem there is that, all right, like you watch like here in America, these guys, if they are playing sports, they play sports. In Belize, you have if you chop cane, you have to chop cane and play and go play ball, and you know they work for you.
True, but what I'm gonna say to you, they play with that one women play.
I agree. Not saying no to that, but what I'm saying is that no, the difference with it is that a lot of I think it's sponsorship. Sponsorship needs to be there to help players. Sponsorship need to be there to help players develop in a better way.
I haven't got to pay now.
The amount of money they have to pay them boys, and the people know where to go to game, they cannot pay them boys. So, you know, for which time sponsorship used to pay, but then they used to pay no lot of money. They will give you like at least $25 or at least $20. Nowadays, them man don't look for no $20, them man look for like bills. If you go and you want to leave,
but you see what they need to do to establish better players is if you're going to let them know if you want that kind of money, you have to prove yourself. You just can't say you want $300 and you are not a $300 player.
Well,
that's where I talk about sponsorship coming.
You see where what you believe you cannot prove yourself when they don't have one man there when they said nobody can play better than him. So then that's the problem.
But you know what I see?
Well, you see what I say, right?
To get
nobody wants to say that
Nats is the best player. But if I want to become a better player than Nats and get more money, I'm supposed to have to develop myself to be a better player than Nats for you to get the kind of money that you want. And that would and I think things like that would develop better players.
You gotta be his score.
But at least get the money more on 150 a week.
Belize don't have the money to pay
that's why the minister. That's why the minister come in to say give so much money for the year for pay off the guys then, right? Because then they use them to carry on national team. So when they come out your who look bad.
One of the things too, I feel like if they're going to pick a national team, they need to pick a national team that would have the guys that are on the national team have a good job, not a mediocre job, have a good job that they could go and they like you say, like you're gonna leave work at 3 o'clock in the evening to go get ready to go to practice. That would be good incentive to develop better players.
That is your job. Your job is to work and practice,
but you know,
and be better at what you're good at.
The main thing, man.
If you have another job,
what you happen there? They have better players that will come here.
When right took me,
but like I said, John Saldiva, which is the minister, that he won the Belmont Bandits. So most of the players come from there.
Oh, that's a conflict of interest.
That's 11 players come from
That's a conflict of interest.
That they cannot pick a national team without goal ahead.
Well, it's like a basketball team. We've got young players.
Yeah.
You need a 3, 4, 5.
You need some leaders, man.
I watch Ru and then guys go to Belize. And Ru they put in a pub. And you tell me you are charging man $15 to go in on a football game? Well, I make them know when I reach the gate, right? I don't have to pay. But I just pay because I see like we need help.
players like players like guys like you guys, you shouldn't even be paying to go into a football game. You're supposed to just walk in like it.
Because me and Finnegan gone and they charge Finnegan for going to the gate.
What?
The minister. The minister. And the minister gone.
I think why is that though, Rupert? They ministers they like John Landivar, they don't remember football greats like you. Why you not supposed to pay for going to no game?
Everybody know at that time they don't need to know football.
Yeah, so I mean, don't somebody tell them but don't know who they man they say not pay for them go in? Yeah.
This godfather. He not for Kayo. You got like Papi Smith, you got this
Papi Smith,
you
yeah.
got this one up there, better man than Belize.
Yes.
So how he come in here now, I don't say don't go there. So
exactly.
What you have to go
Yeah, you're right. That's why I want the answer I'm to look for just now. You answer it. Yeah.
Their interest is only for them team, man. The team that they sponsor.
Yeah, the teams they where they go on know whether the team.
No.
So they don't give no respect to the legends of the game at the past. But one player from the 70s where it was great, we win so many championships wherever they are, Spurs, Landivar. Why should they be paying for going to any game?
There's one more thing I want to touch on right now. I know this will be very sentimental to him because we talk a little about it, we never talk much about it. But maybe he might tell me, my brother, go wrong with Glenn.
That was best defense too. If a ball score on you and a ball is supposed to score, you turn out like this so. And you cut up your hair to you like girl. God bless you.
I remember about a week ago, just what you're about to say right there when you tell me.
Night when the man dead.
Yeah.
That night.
Tribute to the great Glenn and the great work that he has done for Belizean football. In the years to come, we can see the emotional connection that Rupert Anderson had with that great player, that legendary Belizean footballer, Glenn.
You the hide or the hide?
Like me and Dr. Ahmad, we had good relation in football. But we move in. Monday. We didn't know for a lot. And I told that man dead. And then he was in house the same night. And look, I see. And look, I see he went to the street. I said, we are going to this Glen. He said, you are the come. I said, well, you know you got to come here, me. He said, well, I come get up by you. He said, well, we're just dead. And then he had the same problem. So I said, listen, we have to do.
Remember him well, Rupert.
Yeah.
Boy. Your interview today, and this future.
And then he started to play for a cross stage with the one brother that when he started. And I bring in the team with the cross. Never good. I just really come over.
Yeah, but your best. Yeah. Talk about
The
your best.
player was good players, Edmund and Dennis, they were good players.
Maybe anything you want to add to the moment?
Well, I just want to thank everybody that helped me to put this together. Billy, Thanks. Mr. Henry Cut Kelvin, you're not here right now, but thank you too. Gleason, thanks. Florence Steen, thanks. Bert, thank you too, my brother. Vilma, thank you. And Morris.
My brother, it was an honor and pleasure for me to make it and to be here with this legend. And yourself, Koby. You're a great brother.
That's one thing.
Yeah, boy.
I forgot one more. And I forgot his nephew, Juni, Taurus Dominguez. I almost forgot you. But thanks to help Kirk, Greg, and
Just come back after
sisters, the Bennett girls, never the least, love, Glenn Nagier, for the hospitality, for all this, for this going down, for this occasion going on today.